my proposal.
Your suggestions have merit. We see advantage in our entering an alliance with you.
My suggestion has merit. Is that all you can say? I'm offering you dominance of this entire quadrant of the galaxy.
That will come to us of our own accord.
You overestimate yourselves. You've been fighting Earth and her forces for centuries, and still you're not victorious.
You insult us.
You deserve it. Any race with any guts would have seized this system years ago.
Our forces are waiting for optimum advantage before launching an assault.
The internal cry of all cowards.
The last being that called us cowards regretted it most severely.
Only for 5 minutes. And was it not that being who helped Earth in the first half of this war and robbed you of an early victory? And was it not his interference which brought about this stalemate which you now cannot break or tolerate?
State your case.
If you join with me, I'll bring him to you.
Is he part of your plan?
He is the catch for which I bait my hook. He has hampered me in the past also, and this time, I promise you, he will not stand in my way.
In our way.
Then you agree to the alliance.
We agree. If you promise to deliver him to us, you have our alliance. But be warned. Know that this alliance is for mutual benefit only. At this moment, we need each other. When the operation is complete, our association will be terminated.
I expected nothing else.
And remember, we do not tolerate failure.
Neither do I. But don't worry. Before I'm through, you shall have Earth, her forces, and the Doctor at your feet.
Thanks to the genius of trans-dimensional engineering, an anomaly within an impossibility, if you like. What is a blip?
Hang on a minute. Will you please tell me what on earth is going on?
We've left your time and space.
Not time. We've just shifted across several million miles.
We're still in the same time zone then?
Yes?
Excellent. You've got to fix it.
Faint, but enough. Oh, didn't you want an explanation or something?
Yes, please. I remember your faces and names, but...
Oh, the blast must have scrambled your memory a bit. Nothing to worry about. Have a jelly bean. I dare say you remember locating us in the loading bay of Station Washington, the main power complex of Earth, in the year you would know as 3387.
Yes.
That station was subsequently attacked by the ruthless alien life form which your planet is currently at war with, known as the Pertinax, with me so far.
Yes.
Then you also recall how Jenna and I aided your government to defeat the aforementioned aliens' plans to destroy your planet's only source of electrical energy by means of a gigantic neutron disruptor, which we subsequently realized had to be only the start of their plan to finally conquer this corner.
Right. But when we got here, we were attacked by a Pertinax assault squad.
You opened fire just as we got inside, knocking you unconscious.
And that's about it?
I see. Did you manage to trace them?
Oh, yes. Come on, let's go! This isn't going to get the way really washed it. Well, I have to say, I'm somewhat surprised.
Where are we?
At the end of the GSM trace.
So we should be at the Perdinax base.
Seems a little unlikely, doesn't it?
Yes. Oh! Back in it.
What did he say based his trace on?
Disturbances in GSM.
GSM?
Galactical spatial material. Space is made up of all types of debris and gases, rather like dust floating around a room.
I see.
It is disturbed by any vehicle passing through it. If you know what type of vehicle it was...
You can trace its path.
Yes.
Very neat.
I didn't get much of a chance on Earth to ask you about the war.
The war?
The war with the Perdinax.
Yes, don't you know?
I'm not from your time, remember?
Of course.
Has it been going on long?
For centuries, Earth began to expand its colony frontiers about 300 years ago, for reasons of population and food supply. We didn't even know the Perdinax existed until we crossed their frontier by mistake.
I suppose you landed on one of their colony planets.
Colony? No way. One of their empire outposts. Earth tried to explain the mistake and make concessions, but they wouldn't have it. They saw us as a threat to their empire and launched an attack on all Earth government systems on the edge of their territories.
Well, didn't you try to stop them?
Certainly did. We took back some of our colonies, or what was left of them once the Perdinax had finished looting them of everything, including the people.
They took the people.
Slave labour. Their empire's built on it.
Sounds familiar.
Then came the stalemate. Just a few months after our initial offensive, tried to sue for peace, but with both battlefields and defence stations locked in a war of attrition for more than 200 years, it's just impossible. But it is hoped that Operation Planet Storm will give us the edge we need.
Operation what?
Yes, Operation what?
Planet Storm?
Oh, that's a very clever idea.
Why, what is it?
But I thought,
What?
clever. Well, not today, anyway.
Why, what's wrong?
But I might be clever. And the Perdinax might be being very sneaky.
How do you mean?
Well, based on the assumption that I traced the flight path of their ship from Earth to its point of origin, I must have made a mistake.
Why?
Because now knowing exactly where we are, we cannot possibly be at the point of origin.
Why not?
We're on an artificial satellite, orbiting the largest planet in your solar system.
Jupiter?
Yes, undoubtedly one of the orbiting stations connected to Operation Planet Storm.
Well, shall we go back and start again?
No,
Then what shall we do?
there is a possibility
Which is?
that the Perdinax only use this station as a relay point for their guidance systems. In which case, the crew would be totally unaware of their presence or anything suspicious going on.
Well, what should we do?
Don't move!
Well, surrender seems like quite a good option.
Well,
We have the doctor. Unit 3 took him a few minutes ago.
Excellent.
I thought I'd better report it to you before elimination.
Elimination? Are you mad?
I thought...
Well, you shouldn't. You seem almost relieved. You must stand firm. At times like this, we must all make sacrifices. The doctor must be kept alive for the time being.
You do not want him eliminated?
That is my sacrifice.
Are you certain that he's as dangerous as you say?
The man is evil. You cannot imagine the crimes he has committed. Stand firm. Do as I say, and all will be well.
Very well. I shall do as you ask.
Good. Do not lose faith. All I have promised you, you shall receive.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Yes,
It looks complex.
yes,
Can you open it?
yes.
leave him alone. He knows what he's doing, don't you, Doctor?
Yes!
Who are you?
Oh, our cellmate has arisen.
Shut up.
Got you too, eh?
Yes, kind of.
Fourth zoners, are you? Maybe through the junction. Know how you feel.
The junction.
Where else is there to go if you want to stop them?
Eureka!
apologies for your somewhat rough handling. It seems you made a most terrible mistake. Sir, what were you doing?
Trying to escape.
Really, there was no need. You are honoured guests of the Terran Administration. Do please come with me, and I am to offer you some compensation for our injustice.
Zonus mindful informants, weren't you?
Enough!
Well, they didn't get anything out of me!
Please not force me to act.
Down with the planet storm, end the war,
Do you think you're doing that?
Please not be alarmed. She was becoming violent. Sometimes we have to be harsh.
But surely there's no
Discipline must be maintained. Sometimes it has to come as a price. Please.
Of course. Oh.
Please make yourselves comfortable, and I'll offer you some refreshment. Everything is reconstituted here, but remains palatable. I can only apologize again for our terrible mistake. I'm afraid I did not hear of your arrival until it was too late.
Oh, you were expecting it?
Not expecting, but Earth Centre has made your gallant efforts in thwarting the Pertinax efforts well known. As soon as we realized who you were, we naturally had to release you and offer our apologies.
Very understandable mistake, Mr.
Bouchier, Security Commander Bouchier. I am Executive Officer of Orbiter 1 and Head of Security for Operation Planet Storm.
Oh, this is Lieutenant Dye. No, I'm the doctor.
Could you please tell me what Operation Planet Storm is all about?
And the young lady with the thirst for knowledge is my friend Jenna.
How do you do?
Well, let the chairs work.
Oh, please forgive me. Won't you sit down?
I won't, but my friends will.
I'm astonished that anyone in this quadrant should be ignorant of Planet Storm.
Oh, Jenna was born in the 20th century. I'm afraid this time zone is something of a mystery to her.
I see.
Could you please tell me what is going on?
Certainly. Operation Planet Storm is a vast scheme set up to attempt to bring the war to a speedy and welcome conclusion.
Sounds very grand.
It is. We are on Orbiter 1, the command unit of 14 satellite stations orbiting Jupiter. They are constructed almost exclusively from the new alloy,
Chromium.
Yes. Virtually everything you see here is made from it. Now, chromium has the unique ability, when subjected to certain conditions, to alter time.
In what way?
Well, these stations have been designed to accelerate the time field around Jupiter, to bring that planet to its moment of collapse.
Estimated at 2 billion years into the future when the planet will explode.
Exactly. Now, the orbiters will harness the power released by this explosion and turn it into a massive amount of raw energy for use in any field of operations we choose, be it military or domestic.
But principally military in this case.
Yes.
I get it.
It has taken many years to bring the project to fruition, and we are now almost ready.
How long?
72 hours.
So close. I thought initiation wasn't happening for another 3 months.
Our new project coordinator decided that more urgency was needed.
I see.
Well, now I've explained our position, perhaps you could offer me an explanation.
Sorry.
As the old cliché goes, what can I do for you, Inspector?
Traitors.
I beg your pardon?
We traced the path of the Pertinax command ship from Earth to this station, which means there is the strong possibility that traitors to your cause are at loose in this complex.
I appreciate your frankness.
Well, there's no sense in beating about the bush, is there?
Is there anything I can do for you, Doctor?
I would very much like to have a word with the new project coordinator.
Well, I really
It would be of invaluable help in our investigation.
I shall see what can be arranged. But as you can appreciate, with the project so near completion, she is very busy.
Oh, I'm sure she is.
Will you excuse me? I am summoned away.
There appears to be something distinctly wrong here. I can feel it.
The doctor is being held as you requested. He is in the main hospitality suite.
Good. Give him all the cooperation he wants. Give him anything he asks for, including his meeting with the new project coordinator.
At once.
And Bouchier,
Yes.
one of the doctor's companions has a sidearm. Remove it. We don't want any accident.
No, of course.
What could be
meet us here?
You said you must have made a mistake.
What if I didn't? Think about it. Earth and the Pertinax have been at war for centuries. Now they are in a deadlock. The Pertinax attack Earth's power, just as an enormous event concerning Earth's power is about to take place, and at the same time, a new project coordinator takes control of that event. Now, I've never been one to believe too much in coincidences.
I think you're right, Doctor.
What?
We must inform Bouchier at once.
No. Let's keep this to ourselves. We'll try and find some answers quietly and discreetly.
But what can we do?
Well, do you remember what that woman in the cell said? All about the junction and fourth zoners?
Yes.
I need you to find out what you can about that. There must be some sort of protest movement within the orbiters. We might need their help if all does not go well.
Right.
Will you, talk to me?
I do.
Well, you are the one with the genius for computers. You might be invaluable in wheedling some information out of some big modem or something.
All right.
You know, I know you think I'm wrong, but I'm not. We must find out what is going on here, and I need your help. Oh, thank you, my dear. Remember, not a word.
My apologies for the interruption. I've managed to arrange a meeting with you and the coordinator, Doctor.
Splendid.
If you and your friends would like to come with me.
Actually, my friends are going to do a little research of their own, if that's all right with you.
Certainly.
They will need them out of the station.
If you wait here, I will organise a security pass for you both.
Thank you.
Well, Doctor, shall we? Oh, I'm afraid I'm going to have to confiscate your sidearms.
No way.
I have no choice. Energy weapons are forbidden on the orbiters. The chromium alloy is highly susceptible to laser beams. If your weapon were discharged, it could upset the molecular structure of the entire station. Thank you so much for your cooperation. It will, of course, be returned to you on your departure. You are not carrying a weapon, are you, Doctor?
No, I've given them up.
Sorry?
Guns can seriously damage your health.
First the music. Well, shall we?
I spy with my little eye something beginning with...
Chromium.
Right. Your go.
I'm taking the doctor to see the coordinator. His two companions are still in the suite awaiting security passes.
Keep them there. Offer some excuse for the delay. Then if they try to move about without their passes, you can apprehend them. They will soon have to be anyway.
I see.
Don't contact me again unless I call for you. Understand?
Yes.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
What is that, Doctor?
Well, the sheer amount of chromium used in the station's superstructure, I've never seen it applied on such a scale before.
That is the boldness of this experiment.
Yes, must have cost a pretty packet to set all this up.
The properties of chromium are highly sought after.
Yes, indeed. Oh, hello. What's this?
What have you found?
Bullets. Recently fired. Having a bit of trouble up here, are you? Perhaps I could help you get it sorted out. I'm really rather good at that sort of thing.
There are some who do not quite believe in the project.
Why destroy an entire planet just so the human race can wage war cheaper?
Something along those lines.
Well, see no point, can't you?
It's not for me to say.
Oh, you're a clever man. You always sit on that. How many protesters are there? Presumably more than just the one we met in our cell.
Their numbers are diminishing steadily. People will have to live with what's about to happen here.
For how much longer can they live with this war?
It is hoped that the project will bring the war to a prompt conclusion.
Just by having much more energy available, there must be more to it than that.
The energy released will be able to boost all means of production available, both military and domestic.
Something wrong?
Wrong.
You seem a little uneasy, Commander.
Come. We must not keep the coordinator waiting.
Do you know? Someone once said to me that you could never unlearn knowledge. Very wise, don't you think?
All knowledge is valuable.
I couldn't agree more.
Couldn't we just have waited for our security passes?
I thought you were meant to be a soldier.
I am.
Then where's your stiff upper lip?
Look, I just wish we'd waited until we had to go roaming around the station, that's all.
We've got to find out about the junction business. The sooner the better, that's my motto.
Never heard discretion is the better part of valor.
This looks promising.
And what about looking before you leap?
What about let go of my arm before I pelt you one? Come on!
What are you looking for?
Just keep an eye on the door. It might take a while to access anything. Bingo!
Found something.
I think I better get it on disc. Then again, maybe I won't. Get in! The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Nice one. Did you get the info?
It's all here, come on!
Right, let's get back before we're missed.
We might be in time for our security passes.
Notice to all personnel. Routine security surveillance will be on activation from now till initiation. That is all.
This is the heart of Orbiter 1, Doctor, and the control center for the whole of Planetstorm.
Yes, indeed. Oh, hello. What's this?
That is the initiation controls. At the moment of Jupiter's collapse, we shall monitor the experiment from here. As you see, the countdown is getting closer and closer.
Yes. Must have taken some time.
Yes, accelerating time forward 2 billion years cannot be done overnight.
Quite.
The countdown has been going for nearly 3 years. We can afford to wait another few hours. Ah, here is the coordinator. Coordinator, this is the Doctor.
I suspected something, but not you.
Age cannot wither, nor custom stale my infinite variety, Doctor. There. That's better. Now we can talk in private.
Stasis field. In all my years, I have never known a non-native of Gallifrey with a gift for manipulating time like you.
Well, one does one's best.
Should have been able to pin this on you earlier. A long-term plan involving time manipulation, and if I can hazard a guess, an alliance with an alien race for resources.
They're so predictable.
Perhaps only since you destroyed the Trinic Federation with that time acceleration beam and allowed the Daleks to seize the fourth quadrant.
My. That was a long time ago. What a memory you have, Doctor.
I'm surprised you remember that one event in such an illustrious career. You must have done so much since then.
One or two things of consequence.
Our last meeting. Have you done much since you tortured my son to death?
Enough, Doctor! You can never rekindle the past. You should have realized that before trying to find what was left of your family. You knew I was following you.
Not before it was too late.
Yes.
Every time our paths have crossed, I have defeated you.
Not this time, old man.
What are you really trying to do here?
Everything I'll tell you.
Well, let me think. You have a time field of enormous power, capable of accelerating time within that field to a point of collapse or beyond. Now, the destructive capabilities of that are truly enormous.
Ha! How narrow-minded you are, Doctor. You're not even close.
What about the Pertinax? What are they going to get out of this? They are going to want to take this quadrant for occupation. What are you going to get out of it? From what I've seen of them so far, they're not the sort that will reward old friends once they've done the job.
Oh, I'm sure you'll find out sooner or later. I just wanted to let you know who you were facing before I disgrace you in public.
Do you mean you're not going to tell me your whole scheme, then tie me up, leave me to die, at which point I escape and stop you?
No.
Oh, that's a pity. I thought all power-hungry megalomaniacs did that.
Well, I'm happy to disappoint you, Doctor. But I'm not some old patient.
I'm afraid I am, madam. The doctor threatened the life of the coordinator. No doubt he is in league with the dissidents who's attempting to sabotage the war effort. You are both to be detained at her pleasure.
Well, it won't be our pleasure.
Sit down!
It's not too late, Boucher. I can sense a conflict with the new Halbus. Whatever that woman has promised you, she is lying. Treachery is second nature to her.
Please don't insult our leader again for your own safety. The guards are fiercely loyal to her.
Ha! Acting under some sort of hypnotic suggestion, more like.
Please, Doctor.
Come on, Lieutenant, not much point resisting now, is there?
Give me the disc.
What is going on?
Dighton is not who he claims to be.
One of Zodin's lackeys.
She made sure you picked up one of her agents whilst you were on Earth.
Never leaves anything to chance, does she?
Nothing at all. The disc.
Over my dead body.
That can be arranged.
Give it to me.
Thank you. Now, shall we go?
Treachery is a terrible thing, Lieutenant. It has a nasty habit of catching one out. Move!
Dighton,
Coordinator,
is all as planned?
Boucher has just taken them to the cells.
Good. Keep an eye on our security commander, will you? I think he may be having second thoughts.
Do you think he means to betray us?
Possibly. But I don't want any upsets at this time. The time is getting near. The Pertinax command ship will be here shortly. All must be prepared. Phase 2 is now in operation.
Halt! Who's there?
This is Security Commander Boucher with prisoners and escort.
Pass.
These prisoners are to be supervised constantly. They must not be allowed to escape.
Sir, don't forget what I said, Commander! It's not too late!
You don't expect him to help us, do you?
That man is not what he seems.
I'll need proof of that.
Oh, she's still out of the camp. Well, here we are, back to square one.
I wouldn't say that.
But didn't they?
They've got Beater's greatest hits.
And they have my sympathy. Ah, well done indeed.
Not that it's much use for us in here, is it?
Oh, I don't know. Be surprised what I've got stashed away. Nothing that could be of much help to us. What did you see on the screen? Can you remember?
Nothing that could be of use. It was the only farm at maximum security. It was all numbers.
Or coded to prevent outside access?
Yes. Sorry, Doctor.
Oh, it's all right. It's not your fault.
I had no idea Zodin was behind all of this.
Oh, I should have realised. Pattern of events, it all fits into what she does best.
Apart from killing people. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. That's in the past. It's done. I can't bring him back.
You searched for so long.
I should have realised that before trying to find him. I should know by now to leave the past alone.
Is that possible?
What?
To leave the past alone, you're a time lord, remember?
How could I forget? No, I should have learned by now. Spend your whole life breaking rules and then... Oh, dear, oh, dear.
You couldn't break a few more rules to get us out of here, could you?
What we really need to do is talk to someone in the Resistance. They must know all about it.
What do you think wrong with her? What did Boucher do to her?
Probably some sort of remote control stunning system surgically implanted when she was taken prisoner.
Can you bring her round?
I haven't tried. Aha.
Hurry, what you...
Easy, easy. I didn't mean to startle you. We're friends, here to help you.
You were here earlier, you went out with Boucher, you're one of them.
No, I'm a prisoner. Just like you. Trust me. Just relax. I'm the doctor. This is Jenna. She is a friend, and we both need your help.
What for? What do you want?
Are you part of the resistance?
Yes. What's your name? Anna.
Anna, I can assure you that Jenna and I are just as determined to stop what's happening here as you, but we do need to know exactly what's going on. Can you tell us all you know?
I don't know anything really. I'm only part of the support group. I wouldn't even be here if we hadn't been raided. Raided where? 3 days ago. I found out where 2 of the support groups operated from. Sent in the troops. Killed half of us. Took the rest away. I don't know where they are.
Do you know why they raided you?
To break us up, I suppose. Could there be any other reason? I don't think so. Except...
Yes.
Well, just before we were attacked, some info came through from main control. All very hush-hush. Brogan, that's our leader, didn't want anyone to see it. Told us all to prepare for evacuation.
Did you see the information?
Only Brogan did. Where is Brogan? He's dead.
Well, you must have seen something. Anything at all could help us. For instance, did this Brogan say what the information was, or why he wanted you to prepare to evacuate?
Evacuation seems like rather a desperate move.
Well, quite.
There was something.
Tell us.
When the info came through, Brogan went mad. I've never seen him so angry. Said he couldn't believe where they were taking it all.
Taking what? Did he say what or where?
All he said was one event something. Probably nothing.
Event what?
Yes, that's it. Probably nothing.
By no means. It's everything.
What? What is it?
We've got to find a way out of here, and very fast.
Why? What did you mean?
Don't you understand? Don't you realize what Zodian is really doing? We've got to get out of here and stop her.
Why? Tell me!
The orbiters, they're not accelerating time, they're rolling it back. Back towards Event 1. The creation of the universe through a massive inrush of hydrogen.
Big Bang.
Yes. The orbiters will never be able to withhold an explosion of that magnitude. The blast will break out for it once passed through where Jupiter is now, and the whole of your planetary system will be destroyed in a matter of seconds, leaving nothing to stand in the Pertinax way of winning the war and taking control of this entire quadrant.
For far too long, we have endured this war. A war started not by us, but by the aggressive Pertinax, who were once our unknown neighbours. Fellow citizens, we stand on the threshold of a great enterprise, for we are about to set in motion a chain of events which will bring about the destruction of our enemies and give us a victory which souls will cry out to celebrate for 1,000 years. This tremendous achievement has only been possible through your devotion and hard work. But now your work is done. We have only a few hours left before initiation. Your services are no longer required. I just wanted to gather you all here to thank you and to dispose of you all together. Dispose of the bodies, dump them in space. Phase 2 is complete. Prepare to initiate final phase.
Guard, get in here! Shut up or they'll shut you off! My friend, she needs medical attention! Well done!
What is it now?
All we can do is get to the control center and stop the countdown. Anna.
Yes?
On the way, you must tell us where your friends are hiding. We might need their help if all does not go well!
Are they in range?
ETA 4 minutes.
Excellent. Keep me informed.
The bodies have been dumped.
Good.
To all personnel, stand by for docking at airlock 1. Estimated at 3 minutes, 40 seconds.
Well, is there anything else of importance?
I feel compelled to protest. The elimination of the technician staff part of the original plan. I had hoped that the plan, as you stated, did not involve...
I'm altering the plan. Pray, I won't alter it any further.
I request to be informed of any further changes.
I request that you do not bother me anymore.
Until now, I believed all that you have promised me.
Shut up, Bouchier.
I will be heard!
Will not! You will, however, carry out all my instructions to the letter. Do not ever presume to question me again. Is that understood?
I understand.
I have promised you much, and I shall deliver. If, however, you feel you can no longer trust me,
That is not what I meant.
having second thoughts, little man, want to put a stop to our little experiment, well, I'm giving you the chance.
I don't understand.
Don't underestimate him.
Silence.
Prepare for docking. Opening outer hatchways.
You know what this panel contains. The automatic shutdown switches here activated, and the whole of Operation Planet Storm ceases permanently.
Docking procedure engaged. Beginning automatic internal release.
Typical Earthling. I knew you wouldn't have the guts to do it.
But I will. I am unarmed.
So what? Kill him!
No, wait!
Get out of the way, Security Commander!
Boucher, this is your last chance.
I'm going for count to 3.
I don't know whether you know what is really going to happen here.
One,
But whether you do or not, you won't get what she has promised you.
2,
You've got to act now, or everything you know will be destroyed. Help me!
3.
All right! I'm sorry, Doctor.
Damn you!
You shouldn't have given him the chance, Odin. For now, you've given it to me.
It's not over yet time, Lord!
Oh, yes, it is.
Docking